Hello guys and welcome to this watch review. Today I've got a black and white, gold and silver Arabic dial Seiko 5 to share with you. Now this one is the 42mm variant, so this is quite a bit bigger than the smaller black dial version, which you'll find on my channel as well. I've got a review of that. Again, this is locally available in Dubai, and I'm sure a few other Middle Eastern countries, but probably quite rare in the rest of the world. So this is the striking gold version. It's really quite big and bright. We'll go over the watch. I'll give you the dimensions. If you're wondering, this is the reference SNKP22J1. So it is a made in Japan version. It is the 7S26 movement, the same as the SKX. And it's 50 meters water resistant, which is also mentioned on the dial there, 21 joules. Now, there's only 3 current Arabic dial Seiko 5 models, or Seiko watches in general, as far as I'm aware. There is this one, the black version of this one, which doesn't have the gold, and that is also stated as 42, but measures a bit bigger at 42.5 or 0.6, something like that. Otherwise, they're exactly the same. This is the most expensive of the bunch, so you're going to pay maybe $20, $30 more for the gold, and perhaps this one is a little bit more unusual and perhaps harder to find in Western markets as well. The final version is the smaller black version, which I actually prefer the dial of personally, but this one does have a bit more real estate. The numbers are a bit more legible. And you can find a review of the smaller 35mm version on my channel as well. So looking around the watch, I already mentioned the case size is about 42.5. The height of the watch is 11.7mm. It's got that nice gold crown to match the sort of gold bezel. Of course, this is all plated gold, no real gold here as such. We've got gold hands. Let's zoom in on that dial actually. It's a really plain white dial. Comes across a little bit creamy in color, but especially with the chapter ring, the numbers are printed in black, and these are the Arabic numbers, or I should say actually they're the Hindu, I believe, or Indian Arabic numbers, as in the UAE, numbers like this appear on the money, but typically the numbers are as they would be in English or most of the languages. So this is the more traditional text that you see on some road signs and things like that, and banknotes. We've got a chapter ring, which is like this double-stepped design. So we've got a minute track on the outside with double lines at 12. We've got some loomed markers on the second step down, and we've got, of course, the printed numerals, as well as an applied Seiko 5 logo in gold, automatic 21 joules, made in Japan, and it is fairly straightforward, pretty plain, but quite an unusual sort of chapter ring design. Let me just move the hands out of the way. No screw down crown here. So it is a typical 7S26 movement. You've got to shake it to wake it and get it running. No hand winding, no stop seconds either. We've got a quick set date, and the day can be set to English or Arabic, with Friday in red in Arabic, Saturday in blue in English, and Sunday in red in English as well, just as sort of traditional holiday days there, or weekend days, I guess. But nice to have both options. But it's also interesting to have Arabic on the day of the week as well as the dial, I think. The handset, there is a bit of lume on this watch. I mentioned the little markers just on the sort of first chapter ring already. There is no lume on the second hand, and these are a gold sort of arrow shape. And we do have some lume on the hour and minute, which I'll show you in a minute. Now, the rest of the watch, we have, I believe, a 22mm lug space. Let's just check that. Yes, it's 22, so this will fit a lot of your SKX straps as well. If you don't like the bracelet, zooming out a bit, You can have a look around the bracelet. It is quite a nice sort of soft brushed finish. It's quite thin bracelet, and as you can see, it's got those sort of, I don't know what to call these kind of slotted sections which you have to push out, and it makes the bracelet, especially in those links that you can remove, a little rattly and a bit tinny. Not the best Seiko bracelet I've tried, and I'm sure most people that buy this watch will probably want to change it. However, when it's on the wrist, you don't really feel it. So it's not so bad when it's on the wrist, but you know, if you're used to a better bracelet, I would recommend another one. The nice thing here though is it does have these contrasting polished gold plated sections which match the rest of the watch quite well. So it shows up really nice in photos and on video as well. On the clasp, we've got Seiko 5 Japan. It is a Japan-made version. It's a standard Seiko stamped clasp, nothing exciting there. It does have a few micro-adjust sections here that goes up to, I'd say, about 80% of a link, which is, of course, nice to have, but realistically, you may want to change this bracelet. I should have showed you the back. Let's open that up again. So there's that 7S26 movement. Nothing special, but a real workhorse. You know, countless Seiko models have this movement. The nice thing as well is that this can be transplanted, taken out of the watch, swapped with another movement really cheaply and easily. It can also be used, this watch could also have its dial used in an SKX, for example, which is something that I'm planning to do. So please stay tuned to this channel, because I may well share that watch that I'm planning on building using this dial and possibly this movement as well. It's got hollow end links, simple Seiko style end links. Again, the bracelet lets it down a little bit, but the case shape, it's got polished sides, a bit of brushing on the top, nothing overly, I wouldn't say not interesting, but definitely nothing out of this world, but it is quite pleasant. It's a really nice, simple shape, and I think perhaps even with a slight dial mod and this actual case I've not really seen on many other Seikos. Please correct me if this reference exists without the Arabic dial as well. And it's nice to have that those straps that you can change easily on this model, which you can't do on the smaller 35mm version. So let's see how it looks on the wrist. This hasn't been sized yet to me, and I've got pretty big wrists and there's loads of room still to take there. But on my wrist, it fits me pretty well. I've got 7¾ inch wrists, so I've got big wrists. This watch definitely packs some punch in terms of presence. It wears bigger than a 42, I'd say. There's a lot of crystal there, and I think that's the best measurement. Also, sort of the gold accents make it stand out a bit more. Not for everyone. There is a black version available, although I think the smaller version is actually a little more attractive in my opinion, and probably will be more popular amongst Seiko fans as well. Not everyone has wrists the size of mine and can pull off a watch like this. So let me charge it up to show you the Lume and have some closing thoughts. So here's the Lume charged up. We've got those markers around the edge on the chapter ring. They are glowing in a greeny blue aqua sort of colour. It shows up a bit more blue on the camera. As I said as well, it's got Lume on the hour and minute hands, but that's about it. You'll see those locations perhaps a bit clearer under this UV light. For some reason, the day of the week always shines up. Perhaps it's a different type of paper that they use for this Arabic dial, but it doesn't glow. It just reacts to UV when it's under the light. But yeah, a nice little amount of Lume there for a watch like this. It's nice to have it on those markers. I would have loved applied numerals and Lume numerals as well. Maybe that'll come eventually. The crown, though quite small, is nicely shaped. It's not signed. It's just a polished gold effect, and really nice and simple to use actually. Sometimes these SNK crowns can be a bit tough. So overall, a nice watch, perhaps not to everyone's taste, but the dial is definitely interesting and unusual, and stay tuned to see what happens with this dial. Maybe you'll like my idea for a new Seiko mod. So please like and subscribe and follow me on my journey, and I'll see you next time.